You're locked into the Womanora Crush Wednesday podcast, the only weekly podcast inspiring, educating, motivating 1 million women entrepreneurs one Wednesday at a time. The WCW podcast is fueled by the purpose formula: passion plus purpose plus profit equals success. And here are your hosts, Jen and Modi.
Hey Crushes, you're listening to episode number 21 of the WCW podcast. This is our last episode with our summer series Body Party campaign. Today, we have Juh-nay Utley as our WCW of the week. Juh-nay is a holistic lifestyle maven and savvy health and wellness fitness coach and an online entrepreneur. Juh-nay takes women's bodies from being average to elite and helps them get fit physically, spiritually, and mentally. She sums up her brand with fitness, food, beauty, business, and Jesus. Professionally, one could say Juh-nay was set on a trajectory to have a career in fitness. She graduated summa cum laude from the University of Tennessee, majoring in exercise science with a minor in business administration. She then went to graduate magna cum laude, thus earning a master's degree in Kinesiology. She has over 7 years of experience as a trainer and is currently equipping online women entrepreneurs to be elite. Her mission is all about fusing fitness, faith, and holistic living. Crushes, be prepared to enjoy this positive, energy-packed episode with Juh-nay as she drops several priceless gems throughout the episode. You will truly enjoy it. So let's get into this episode, Crushes.
This week we are excited to have Juh-nay Utley. Welcome, Juh-nay, to Womanora Crush Wednesday podcast.
Hello, thank you. Thank you so much. It is truly an honor to be on here with you beautiful ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So
go ahead.
So, Juh-nay, can you tell us your Womanora story and how you started this entrepreneur journey? I know you may hear this often.
No. It's totally fine because I don't want to say I was an accidental entrepreneur, but it was kind of like I knew this was what I wanted to do, but I got, I guess, forced to do it sooner than I thought I was going to do it. And I talk about this like when I have speaking engagements.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to keep this brief, y'all. I'm going to do my best to try to keep this brief. So I was in grad school. I was in my last semester of grad school, and I was a graduate assistant. And I shared an office with 6 other graduate assistants. So I can remember it was the last semester, and I'm sitting, and I was doing something. I cannot remember what I was doing. But then I thought, okay, Juh-nay, you're going to graduate, and you need to get a job. And literally, the thought of that, like, I felt like somebody had, like, punched me in the gut. Like, it was like a physical sensation. I was like, oh, God. And so I was like, you know what? I brushed that off. So graduated from grad school, moved back home, got a job, and was making good money doing what I was doing. I was working in this boot camp gym. And so I ended up going to this conference in Atlanta, and the conference forever changed me. Like, even now, the impact that conference had on me, I don't know if I would have been moving as aggressively as I move if I had not experienced that early on. So I went to that conference, came back, and I'm talking about, y'all, I was blazing. Like, I can do this. I'm going to climb every mountain. I'm
Yes.
so hyped. So I go in to talk to my boss, and I'm like, hey, so, I love working for this company, I just kind of need to pull it back a little bit because I don't have anything for myself. Like, I come and I give the clients everything. Like, I give them all of me because the way that I teach my clients, or the way that I interact with anybody really, is I'm very high energy. I'm very dynamic. I like for you to feel what I'm saying. I like to be in the workouts with you. So I'm not just showing you what to do. I'm doing the workout with you. So I'm doing 6 workouts every day. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, yeah, I need to pull it back just a little bit. And so he basically was like, You're not ready. You're unpolished. You don't got what it takes. And I was like, excuse me?
Right.
So juices were thrown and I made a swift exit. And from there, I started guerrilla hustling. That's what I call it, guerrilla style hustling. Like Facebook, hey, you need a trainer? Hey, I'm over here. Come let me help you. Like anything that I could do, I was hustling, trying to make something happen. So that's kind of like how the fitness gym situation started.
Wow. That's awesome.
Could you give us the name of that conference?
It was called Speak for Pay. It was called Speak for Pay.
Okay.
Okay. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But what made you look into becoming holistic?
That was something, honestly, that I didn't have to think about. It was so ingrained in me because I didn't want to deal with the women that I worked with for just the physical component. I wanted to dig deeper. I wanted to, let's talk about what's going on spiritually. Let's talk about what's going on mentally. Let's talk about what's going on emotionally and financially. Because what I was finding out, because I started training when I was in college, my junior year in college. And what I was seeing was that women would come to me or men would come to me and we would do these workouts together. But it was like, it got to a certain point and it was like they were hitting a wall. And it wasn't a physical wall. It was literally something in their lives that was causing them to be bound up. And nothing could be done past that point. So you're experiencing the same things. You're on this cycle. You're on this roller coaster because it's stuff that you have to deal with. Like, is it unforgiveness that you have in your heart? Are you struggling with, bitterness? Like, what is this? Do I need to pray for you? And it was just like, okay. So when I got into a position where I was on my own and I could call the shots, because that's another reason why I kind of did this on my own, because I needed to be able to call the shots, because I needed to be able to kind of tap into those other areas without being fearful that my boss was going to pull me to the side and write me up or reprimand me or tell me that I was doing something wrong when I knew that I wasn't.
Wow, that's deep.
That is deep.
How do you, this question is a little deep, is digging deeper, but how do you tap into that yourself with the guerrilla attitude, with the go-getter, with the I'ma just go for this right now? What personality traits or habits do you think to that and then ultimately led you to be able to have success in what you're doing?
I think I just have a posture of this is non-negotiable for me. I have a posture of I am determined to die on empty, meaning I'm determined to die and live out my purpose. I want to get to heaven and hear God tell me, well done, period. So it's not necessarily that I'm a extrovert, because I do have extrovert and introvert tendencies. It's just that when I need to step up or do something, God honestly gives me a boldness and he gives me a courage to kind of step out and get it done. So when all of that stuff was happening and kind of I was, pushed into entrepreneurship earlier than I wanted to be pushed, I was nervous. I can remember having a conversation with my mom and I was like, my hands were like shaking. And I was like, Mama. And she was like, baby, I'm so excited for you. Like, it's just time. Like, God is just about to show up strong because this is what you are supposed to be doing. So it's a combination of just my posture for this being non-negotiable, my posture for just listening to God, wanting to be on purpose and, calling out to God when I need to be bold and when I need to be courageous. And even investing, because the more that I invested in myself via coaches or whatever, I saw that once I invested in myself, I saw that this has to pay off. Like, this is going to pay off, if that makes sense.
Yes. I got two things from that. You have to invest in yourself first before you can feel that other people are going to invest in you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then your spiritual investment, and that's something that Medina and I just spoke about in our Facebook Live session just on Friday. Could you tell us a little bit more about that? How do you invest in yourself? Yeah, how do you invest in yourself spiritually? Is there some journals? Is there some devotionals? Is there some, what's your morning routine for that?
That's what I was going to ask you. What do you do in the morning as far as devotional? Because I can already see that you are a faith-based type of woman.
Absolutely.
And I know that it's very important to put God first. I always say that, with everything. So, it's just great speaking with you because Jen and I just spoke about this on Friday. So can you give us, just like Jen said, can you give us some insight on your day-to-day? How do you do it? Do you do it once a day? Do you do it throughout the day? How do you split this devotion time to give?
For me, it's been a journey. What I've learned about my relationship with God is He knows us.
Yes, He does.
He knows our personalities. Too often we try to fit our personalities into this box of what it needs to look like. When God is like, come on, just be who you are and we're going to communicate so with me, I don't like being still and talking to God and praying. I like to move. Yeah. So for me, I'll get up in the morning and I'll go for a run and I'll go to the gym and the first half of whatever that is, in this season.
Amen.
In this season, it was different in my last season, but in this season, I got to get up, I got to move. So I'll go and I'll run and I'll walk. And the first half, the first 15, the first 30 minutes, I'm praying, I'm talking and I'm listening to God, but I'm moving. So some of the best ideas that I get are when I'm working out and praying at the same time. And then I try not to put myself in a box where, okay, Juh-nay, you need to get up and you need to pray every morning for an hour. Sometimes it is an hour. Sometimes it's 15 minutes. And sometimes I check in throughout the day. Like today was one of those days I just checked in throughout the day. I woke up, I went to the gym. I was talking to him. I was, working on stuff, sending out emails, pitching stuff. I'm talking to him. Hey, God, what do I need to do? I'm going to sit back here. I'm feeling a little anxious. I'm just going to sit and I'm just going to wait for you to speak to me. And even before I hopped on here, I said a little prayer. My husband said a little prayer. It's just little pieces here and there. So for me, I try not to make it so rigid because then I start getting anxious. Oh my God.
I didn't do it.
I am so failing in my spiritual walk. I'm just losing it. So I try not to be so rigid like that. Right. I just try to make sure I'm keeping, that communication line open. And in this season, it's just in the morning when I wake up, I work out and I pray. Last season, I would sit in the living room. I would put on YouTube on a gospel playlist. And I would just sing and I would just dance and then I would just cry and then and that was my routine. So I'm really it's a journey. So I try to just see where I am and what I'm feeling like and then I listen to that, whether it's sitting in the living room crying and praying or going to the track and running and praying. I just try to keep it fun. I've got to keep my relationship with God fun. It's not boring. Me and God, that's my G. We keep it, we keep it fun. We keep it fresh. That's how I operate and that's how I stay connected to God.
Okay. So
wow. That's amazing. When we hear stuff on here, we're that's gems. Yeah. Gems all over the place because I feel like so many of us, especially women, we do try to fit ourselves into that box when we're,
don't we?
When we're worshiping or when we're just trying to find our spiritual walk, we're it got to look like so-and-so or...
Right, and it don't have to.
Yeah. And you're this is what Mary said that, they was doing, so that we're going to do that because they, they all the way spiritual, so we going to, and that's...
Yeah.
No, so you just liberated me and probably a whole bunch of people that needed to... Yeah, let's liberate.
You spoke so openly about that, and I wanted to ask you, so when you have a new client that doesn't even have any kind of direction, okay, this is someone that's just fresh, just, they found you and they want to change their entire lifestyle from devotion, fitness, their mindset, goal setting. How do you, if I came to you right now and say, I'm lost, help me?
For me, because typically people come for the fitness, that's where we start. I always start where people, where the door is open.
Right.
So for me, fitness is a ministry. Like, people come to me and that's my open door. Oh, okay. You want to get fit? You want to be better? You want to be stronger? You want to look bomb? Okay, I'm going to get you there. And so it actually happens real naturally. So as we're working out, as we're talking, because a lot of my clients, we build these really fun and interesting relationships. Mm-hmm. So as it progresses naturally and I learn more about them and they tell me more about themselves, I'm like, okay, I'm tapping into that. Oh, let me give you a book, read this, or let me send you this, or I'll give them homework. Like, okay, one of my most recent clients, I gave her a forgiveness assignment. Like, okay, who are you, holding unforgiveness in your heart for? And she was like, I don't know, no one. I was like, okay, I want you to sit down and I want you to explore that. I want you to write out some things, write out some notes, just be real and honest. Don't try to judge what you're writing. Don't feel like you're wrong for what you are saying. I want you to just be real, because there has to be a certain level of awareness before there can be a certain level of acceptance and a certain level of growth. So I always start out with fitness, and then what I'm hearing them say and what I'm seeing them struggle with, that's how we kind of proceed into the other areas of holistic living.
Right.
So you meet them where they are. That's amazing. Mm-hmm. Oh, Medea, I think this is you next.
Oh, I just asked. Okay.
Okay, girl.
You can go.
How do you continue to create fresh content? You're so authentic when it comes to, just your delivery. So how do you create fresh content for your brand, your blog, which I've read and loved, by the way, and then your social media?
Mm-hmm. It's a combination of me being inspired by other women and then God divinely dropping deposits inside of my spirit. Because right. I'm inspired by so many amazing women. Like, even what you guys are doing is so inspiring. It's so, that's that guerrilla style, hustling too. But it's like women like you, women like, Courtney Sanders, women like Malik, women like, just boss women like Tiffany Montgomery. Just seeing how real and how raw and how magnificent they are, it inspires me to be, to be real, to be raw, to not kind of hide behind the status quo. And then again, just me talking and being in constant communication with God. Like I told you, some of the best ideas that I get is when I'm working out. He'll be like, okay, Juh-nay, do this. You did this. It was kind of do this, and then you're going to do this after. And I'm literally sweat all over my phone. My fingers slipping. Can't even unlock my screen good because my finger's so sweaty. And I'm typing in my notes everything that I'm hearing from God while I'm working out or where I'm out and about and doing something.
We have a summer campaign right now going on called the Body Party. And we've been promoting, trying to promote positive body image and brand image. And, even with the Olympics going on, it's just like we put it right in the right time, at the right time and everything. So can you speak to all the gains that you work, that you've done around self and body acceptance? And how do you stay motivated to work and eat healthy like you do?
One thing that I've noticed about myself is when I'm not eating right and when I'm not working out, I don't perform at my greatest. Right. I'm tired all the time. I'm sluggish. It's like my brain is fuzzy. I cannot think. I'm not clear. So for me, just beyond the body stuff, I gotta eat, not perfect. And that's what I tell my women. It's about moderation, not deprivation. I don't eat perfect. So if you see me in the McDonald's line, don't judge me, right? I don't promote that. I promote balance. I promote moderation. So beyond just the body stuff, for me to operate as strong as I want to come through, I've got to be consistently eating good and consistently working out. And then past that, I know what I want to do, what goals I have, and how I want to be. Right. I know that I want to be strong. I know when I have a dress on, just all the way to my ankles and all the way to my wrist, that I want to be able to be seen as, oh my gosh, she worked out. Like I can tell, I'm looking at your finger,
right,
and your finger looks strong. You got a strong finger. You work out, girl. Like
she said her finger looks strong.
Finger strong, girl. Don't put that finger down.
So for me, it's like it's gonna give me like all the clarity I need, but I do this for myself. I know what I want to look like, and I accept myself through all stages because I am a fitness competitor. And you know, you have your off seasons and you have your on seasons. So in your on seasons, you're like really ripped and you're lean and your muscles are all, you know, popping out. And typically most competitors in the off season, that's when they gain, you know, 10, 15, 20 pounds. So they're not as lean. And I kind of went through this whole struggle. Like it was a deep struggle for me because it was like, I'm so used to looking like this and being like this. So now that I'm in an off season and I've gained this weight, like who am I? Like, am I still credible? So for me, even in that, I had to learn to love myself through all of the stages. Yeah. So, you know, a lot of people look at me and like, Juh-nay, you've always been athletic or you're always been fit. And I'm like, no. I've had my struggles, like, especially in the off season when my clothes was tight, my underwear was tight, like cutting off circulation. That's when I knew, I was like, okay, Juh-nay, you need to pull this back in. Like right. you need to pull it back in, girl. But just being able to look at myself and being like, you know what? I'm beautiful regardless. I'm amazing regardless. And if it's something about myself that I don't like, that is within my ability to change, I'm going to change. And it's simple as that.
Right.
Just simple as that.
Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome.
You got to tell yourself you're amazing. Definitely.
You got to, every day.
Oh, yes. So how can a woman get started today as a beginner in the online fitness industry?
Starting from the perspective of she wants to be an online fitness entrepreneur?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. If I was to start over from scratch, what would I do? Okay. First thing that I would do, I would go ahead and get my social media. So grab my Facebook name, grab my Twitter name, grab my Instagram name. You know what? I wouldn't even do all that. I would pick 2 and grab those names. Well, obviously you want to pick all of them so you have brand consistency, but I would pick 2 that I wanted to focus on, even before I got a website, right?
Right.
And from that point, I would let people know that I was open for business. Because a lot of times what ends up happening, especially with people who want to start fitness businesses, they wait and they wait and they wait because they're like, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to get this, I'm so unsure of myself. Just let people know you open for business. Because 9 times out of 10, if you want to be in this arena, in this industry, people already see you working out. They've already seen your weight loss transformation. They already know you got something going on. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to want to know what you did to get where you are. Mm-hmm. So just let people know you're open for business on your, on whatever social media channels that you open, whether it is Facebook or Instagram. Let people know you're open for business. And then from there, from a business standpoint, then that's when you need to start getting people on your newsletter. So, hey guys, I'm open for business. Sign up for my newsletter. I'm going to send you something once a week, once a month, whatever, to give you some fitness tips. Because that's what a lot of people in the fitness industry or in multiple industries, they just don't get people on their list. They don't build that list, and that's a foundation for a business. Because let's say all your social media channels got wiped out and no one knew where to find you. You have your list. So, hey guys, I got hacked, but I'm still here. So now you can follow me at this handle or at that handle. And just above the business stuff, I would just say, believe in yourself. Yes. Like, believe in yourself. You're going to have moments where you're disappointed. You're going to have moments where, you're planning something and you're so excited about it and other people aren't excited about it. And it doesn't, turn out the way you want to turn out. But it's okay. Just keep going, keep going, and invest in yourself. Invest in people who, you know, are going to help you get to where you want to go. Because one thing that I've noticed in my walk is when you are really grinding and you are really, you know, serious about this being a non-negotiable for you, you've got to get connected with women who have that same zest. Not the women who say they have this same, you know, tenacity, but women who are actually doing the do. Women who are actually walking it out. Because some of the best moments I've had was having conversations with women who are walking it out, and they have helped me, and they've encouraged me, and they've kept me going. So get your channels, get your handles, get your email list. Don't give up, and connect with other women who are on they thing too.
Awesome tips. I got just one quick question for you. As far as income is concerned, if we could ask, you are doing this full time, and there might be somebody that needs to be inspired to do this full time. How do you lay that out? Is there something more besides the training and the fitness, or how do you make this work for you? You need to quit your job or whatever, and you want this to be your full-time income. How do you do that?
Okay, I'm going to try not to sound cliche, and I'm going to try to give you some meat to the bones, but you've got to make smart financial decisions. And the reason I say that is because, like I said at the beginning, when I started, I was kind of like pushed out into this. I had no money saved. I had nothing. I was making good money, but I wasn't there long enough to save the amount of money that I should have saved before I did this. And I was, you know, spending money on logos, on this, on that, making investments early on that I didn't have to make. I can tell you it was a time where credit cards maxed out, right? Debit account in the red. I went to meet somebody, and I was in one of those parking garages where they have the little structures where the thing comes up and out. You have to pay to get in and out. So I'm trying to get out, and they're like, up $2. And I'm like, okay, let me just try one of these cards. Hopefully it's nothing. So I'm literally stuck in the parking garage. I back up, I park, I get out the car, and I see two girls walking across the field. I suck all my product. And I go to them. I'm like, hey, so I need to get out the garage. I don't have any money. Can I borrow $2? Just if you give me your number, I promise you I will find you tonight. I will, like, immediately, I'll just go get the money, and I will find you, and I will give you the money back. And they were kind of like, you know, unless, if I'm laying out the scene, it's this black girl with this natural hair and these two, you know, white girls. They're like, oh, you know,
who are you?
Sure. Like, who are you? So I take the money and I get out the thing, and they're like, I'm like, okay, can I have your number so I can find you? They're like, you know, no, don't worry about it. So I get in the car and I'm driving home, tears in my eyes. Tears in my eyes, both hands gripping the steering wheel with a smile on my face. And all I could say was,
thank God.
I can only go up from here. Like, I can only go up from here.
Yeah.
So in this, if you're trying to get into this industry, before money really starts rolling in and that allows you to live off of, make smart decisions financially. Get on a financial plan. This is in life. Get on a budget. Know where your money is going. Be smart about it. You know, think about, okay, do you really need this at this time? There was no reason that I needed a $300 logo 3 weeks into my business. I didn't need that. It wasn't a smart decision. So make smart financial decisions up front. And if you know, no regrets or whatever, but if I could have did it again, I would have definitely stacked my money a little bit more before I just flew out the coop. You understand what I'm saying? So before you start rolling in the dough, and I'm to the point now where I'm not where I want to be, but I'm better than what I was, and it's only going to get better, and it's only getting better. but I could have saved myself so much heartache and so much recovery time if I was just smarter from the get-go. So if you need to work a job and this be your side hustle for a minute until you can, stack some money up, that's fine. But just make smart decisions and just be financially savvy, period.
Agreed. Agreed. So, Juh-nay, what drives you daily? How do you get inspired creatively?
What drives me daily?
Yes.
Honestly, I just want to be better than what I was yesterday. To be honest, it's just, okay, Juh-nay, you need to do this better. You need to be better at this. Because I'm such a, I don't want to say perfectionist, because I'm a recovering perfectionist. I'll put stuff out and it's mistakes everywhere because it's something I had to get over. But I compete with myself on a level that's a little unnatural. It's a little unnatural. So I gotta beat Juh-nay from yesterday. I have to. So that honestly is like the kick in the butt I need every day.
Wow.
Good stuff. Good stuff. You kind of answered this, but not fully. We have a mantra, and it's called the purpose formula. Mm-hmm. And so the purpose formula is purpose, passion, profit equals success. And we ask this to everybody on the show. We want to know, what's your purpose formula?
For me, I think it's pretty simple. Eat good, work out, and pray.
There you go.
It ain't no magic.
Right.
You gotta treat yourself good and then stay connected to God, and He gonna cover you the rest of the way. He gonna lead you. He gonna guide you. Boom.
I like that.
Me too. Simple, but
we gets
it done.
Yes. So there's another question that you've already kind of answered, but we usually ask this question with every guest.
Okay.
So, top 3 things you would impart on someone if they were to follow your footsteps. Top 3 things.
Okay. Top 3. Okay. Do not doubt your brilliance. Do not doubt what makes you you. Don't try to feel like you have to be this certain way. Because with me, when I first started in business, I felt like I had to be so, button to the top button. And I had to be so politically correct, and I had to be so eloquent, and I had to hit all my marks. And it wasn't who I am. It's part of who I am, but the full picture of me is I'm serious, but I like to have a good laugh. So just be you, be your brilliance, and don't hide from that or try to lessen that. 1. 2, I would say invest. You're going to have to invest in yourself. Quality is always going to cost you something. So yeah, 2 is invest. I guess 3 kind of ties back into 1 for me, because it was something that I really kind of struggled with, is trust yourself. Because I've heard you on podcasts before talk about imposter syndrome and how do you overcome imposter syndrome. It's like when you get into this, it's like you're trying to be this person that you're not because you want to cross all your T's and dot all your I's because this is what it needs to look like. Right. And then it's like you're not listening to yourself. You'll have no, this doesn't feel right. But no, I'm not going to listen to myself. I'm going to do it the way Susie and Billy Bob told me to do it because they've been in the game for 10 years and they've reached some level of success. So you got to, at some point, stop listening and trust yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, what is next for Juh-nay Utley?
Oh my goodness. Well, 1, I'm having Curls and Kicks fitness party August the 30th. I'm so excited about it. Kind of going back to the question that I was just asked. This is something that I've been wanting to do, I would say, for at least 2 years, but I wasn't trusting myself and I wasn't believing in my brilliance. I said, bump that. And so I'm having my first event, Curls and Kicks Fitness Party. It's a fusion of dance, of kickboxing, of strength training, and of sisterhood. And I'm so excited about it. Like, it's coming out of my pores.
We can feel it.
We feel that magic. I want to know, maybe if we could come, is it going to be online or?
It's not. But see, that's the thing. I plan on expanding it from Detroit to other cities, and I do eventually want to have a function where it can be live streamed in. But I'm trying to take this thing nationally and internationally.
Yes.
So that's the vision that I have. That's something that's been inside of me that I've kind of been not trusting myself, but I'm fully trusting myself, and I'm betting on myself. So I'm excited about it all.
Yes, awesome. We're excited for you.
So will you share some of your lemon meringue pie with us now that we've gotten to know you?
Say that again.
Will you share some of your lemon meringue pie? Now that we've
you know what?
To know you. We know that that's your favorite.
I'll give you like a little slither. You can have a little taste.
No, taste's not gonna do it.
Well, hey, I ain't got nothing else for it. I'm kidding. Of course, y'all can have the other half.
Oh, thank you so much. So, where can you be reached? Could you give our crushes your handles and the ways that they could connect with you?
Mm-hmm. So all of my handles are the same, whether you are on Snapchat, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Periscope. It's all at the Fitness Gym, and gym is spelled Jem. My website, you can get to it the same way, the Fitness Gym. Gym is spelled Jem, or just my name, Juh-nay, I would love to connect with you, crushes, and talk to you and laugh with you. It's always a good time wherever I am. So, yeah.
Yes. Thank you
awesome.
so much.
Thank you so much for being with us in this episode and being a part of the Body Party campaign. We love you. Your energy is amazing.
Yes.
And we know our crushes are going to love this episode.
Thank you for having me. You guys are I wish you could see them. Like, Jena and Modi are so pretty.
Oh, thank you.
It's like, it's a podcast, right? So you kind of like try to envision what people look like. You really don't know, but thank you so much for having me, ladies. I had so much fun.
Thank you.
You too. That haircut. Not everybody could do that haircut. I want to try to do it when I grow up. If you guys can see, I want to try to do it maybe, but I'm not believing that hard yet, but I love it.
I love it.
And you are slaying that cut, I'm trying to tell you.
Thank
Y'all
you.
Can't see it. Y'all can't see it, but
Thank you for the inspiration tonight. Thank you very much.
Thanks for tuning in to the Womanora Crush Wednesday podcast. Be sure to tune in next week for Girl Talk with Jen and Modi, along with some of your favorite business crushes, more exclusive business tips, insights, creative business ideas, and doable action steps to improve your business and help you create your phenomenal life. Sharing is caring. Don't forget to tell a friend to subscribe and stay tuned for a weekly dose of the WCW podcast. Crushing hard on the Womanora and want to hear her story on the show? Know a creative woman-owned business that's killing it? Let us know at womanoracrushwednesday@gmail.com.